Attention passionate San Francisco 49ers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC West and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on San Francisco 49ers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true San Francisco 49ers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and San Francisco 49ers fans. Let's get to the news now, guys. Hold on to your hats because what I'm about to tell you could be a game changer for the 49ers and the entire NFC West. According to some whispers in NFL circles, there's serious talk about a blockbuster trade that could see Danielle Hunter, the relentless edge rusher from the Houston Texans, making his way to San Francisco. Yeah, I know it sounds too good to be true, but let's break down what this could mean for the 49ers for their defense and for their Super Bowl aspirations. First, a little background. Danielle Hunter is not just your average pass rusher. At 31 years old, he's still in the prime of his career, and he's proven to be one of the most disruptive defensive players in the league. This season alone, he's been a nightmare for opposing quarterbacks, racking up 5 sacks, 28 solo tackles, and 14 quarterback hits in just 10 games. And what's crazy is that he had a brief stint on the injury report with a minor calf strain in Week 4, but came back with a vengeance in Week 9 with a 3-sack game against the Colts. That's the kind of resilience and consistency you want on your defensive line. Hunter's numbers speak for themselves. Since entering the league in 2015, he's amassed a total of 98 sacks, putting him in the same league as some of the best pass rushers in recent NFL history. His 2023 stats are particularly impressive, with a peak of 16. 5 sacks last year, which helped the Texans boost their pass rush to a top 12 ranking in pressure rate at around 38%. That's elite production, especially considering Houston's rebuilding phase and the fact that their defense has been under some scrutiny, allowing nearly 23 points per game. Hunter has been a bright spot, and his ability to generate pressure is second to none. Now, why would Houston trade him before the offseason? The Texans are in a tricky spot financially, with just around $19 million in cap space and a roster that's still building. They're prioritizing extending young stars like C.J. Stroud, who's been exceptional at quarterback, and others like Diggs and Mixon. Plus, they've got Will Anderson Jr., a high draft pick already making waves with a PFF grade of 88, 4.95 sacks himself. Houston's defense is showing promise but still needs more pieces, and trading Hunter could open up cap space and draft capital to accelerate their rebuild. So why would the 49ers be interested? Well, the 49ers' pass rush has been solid but hasn't quite reached the dominant level we saw in 2022. Nick Bosa, who's been recovering from a shoulder injury suffered in Week 6, is still a force, with 5 sacks and a PFF grade of 88. But San Francisco needs that extra push to elevate their defense into the elite tier. Hunter would be the perfect complement to Bosa, creating a devastating duo that could wreak havoc on quarterbacks and completely change the dynamics of their front seven. Imagine what a Hunter-Bosa combo would do for the 49ers. We're talking about an increase in pressure, more third down stops, and a significant boost in turnovers forced. Hunter's presence alone could raise the team's overall pressure rate from around 30% to nearly 36–38%, making it much harder for quarterbacks to operate comfortably. His ability to rush the passer from multiple angles, combined with the inside pressure from players like Javon Hargrave, would turn the 49ers' defense into a real nightmare for offenses. It's the kind of upgrade that elevates a team from good to championship caliber. And let's not forget how this impacts the game plan. With Hunter providing that relentless edge rush, teams would have to double-team him or risk giving up big plays. That opens up opportunities for the other pass rushers and creates more one-on-one matchups that the 49ers can exploit. Plus, Hunter's run-stopping ability. His run-stop win rate could jump from 22% to over 44%, would help contain the run game of opponents like the Rams or even divisional rivals. This defensive upgrade would not just be a boost in sacks but a complete overhaul of their defensive identity. Now, some fans might be wondering, why would Houston trade one of their best players before the draft? Well, as I mentioned earlier, cap space and roster flexibility are key. The Texans are trying to keep their options open, especially with a young quarterback like C.J. Stroud developing so rapidly. They need to balance the present and future, and acquiring a first-round pick in 2026 would give them more ammunition to rebuild faster and more effectively. It's a strategic move that could benefit both sides. Houston gets a valuable draft pick, and the 49ers get a player who can instantly make an impact. For the 49ers, this move would be about more than just adding another star. It's about solidifying their championship window. The team is built around a top-tier defense and a versatile offense led by Brock Purdy. Adding Hunter would make that defense even more formidable, especially in high-stakes playoff scenarios. It's the kind of move that turns a good team into a true Super Bowl contender, particularly as they aim to repeat or even improve upon their 2022 performance, where they made it all the way to the NFC Championship. And speaking of playoff implications, Hunter's arrival could be the X-factor in tight postseason games. His ability to rush the passer from the outside and collapse the pocket would be crucial against top quarterbacks like Jalen Hurts, or even in controlling mobile QBs like Hurts, who scramble for valuable yards. Hunter's presence would help the 49ers close out games, force turnovers, and create chaos for offenses trying to mount comebacks. Plus, with the NFC West still very competitive, remember, the Rams and Seahawks are always lurking. This move could be the difference maker in seeding and home field advantage. From a strategic perspective, bringing Hunter into the fold also allows the 49ers to be more flexible with their schemes. They could dial up more blitzes, mix up their coverages, and keep opposing offenses guessing. His impact on third-down defense, jumping from 62% to over 74%, would be a game-changer in those critical moments late in games. With the team's secondary led by Fred Warner's coverage skills, Hunter's pressure would free up other defenders, making the entire defense more cohesive and aggressive. Now, I know some fans might be concerned about the cost or the draft capital involved, but let's remember, this isn't just about one player. It's about elevating the entire team's chances to finally get over the Super Bowl hump. Shanahan's offense has been excellent, but the defense was a bit inconsistent in 2023. This move could be the final piece to turn the 49ers into a true juggernaut, especially when you consider how much Hunter can accelerate the development of young players like Javon Hargrave and others on the line. And of course, the fan base is already buzzing about the potential of this move. The 49ers have a storied history of building formidable defenses, from the Steel Curtain days to the dominant units of the last decade. Hunter's addition would be a nod to that legacy, reinvigorating a defense that's been just a step away from greatness. It's about setting the tone, imposing their will, and making the NFC West a nightmare for opponents. With Hunter, the 49ers can project a level of dominance that few teams can match. In the context of the current season, where every game counts and every playoff opportunity is precious, acquiring a player like Danielle Hunter would be a statement. It signals that San Francisco is all in, pushing their chips to the center of the table, and aiming for nothing less than a Lombardi trophy. The team has the coaching, the talent, and now potentially the addition of a game wrecker on defense. It's about setting up a legacy that fans will talk about for years to come, about finally putting the heartbreak of 2019 behind them and bringing that elusive ring back to the Bay Area. So guys, this is the kind of move that can turn tides, shift division power, and redefine what it means to be a 49ers team. The whispers are there, and if this trade goes down, it's going to be a major headline across the league. The question now is, can the 49ers seal the deal and bring Hunter to Santa Clara? Only time will tell, but one thing is for sure. If this happens, we're looking at a whole new level of 49ers football, and I, for one, couldn't be more excited. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest San Francisco 49ers news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, San Francisco 49ers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the 49ers. Do you think Hunter would be the perfect addition to make a Super Bowl run? Or do you see potential obstacles? Whatever you think, make sure to share it because this is what makes the 49ers community so passionate. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest San Francisco 49ers news. The season is heating up, and with moves like this, we're all about to see a whole new chapter in the 49ers' incredible story.